GT Divide Podcast coming at you another episode. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Wanted to do a quick video over something that my mom used to say back in the day. I was reminded of this as I was talking to some buddies of mine, and this goes for all relationships, And this is not all men do it or all women do it or all crap like that. You know how people be. Um, I call it genderizing. That's what I call it, where you like put all this heat on one gender and say this gender does all this. No, we both got problems. But my mom used to tell me back in the day. She said, you know, when you get in a relationship, you used to say, don't put all your time and effort into somebody who puts their time and effort into the world. And I didn't really know what that meant, right? I was like, man, I don't understand what you're talking about, mom. Because you know when moms tell you some stuff, and then later on in life, you're just like, damn, like moms was right. As it's crazy because talking to my boys about this, I'm like, dude, that's right. That's I mean, that's a huge red flag in a relationship. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they're putting all their time and effort into the world, but they don't want to put that time and effort into you, that ain't your person. Like you have to understand that's not your person, right? Your person is gonna pour that effort into you. They're gonna make sure that you good and you pour that effort back into them. Because what happens is a person like that puts all their effort into the world, they're trying to portray an image, right? They're trying to be something that they probably aren't. And so their cup probably has a lot of holes in it. So you're pouring into them, right? And then they're just it's spilling out as empty. And so I just remember her saying it to me, and I'm just like, man, like that's a huge thing that people don't pay attention to, right? Um, because you'll get in these relationships with people, and they'll be like, and they'll treat you one way, but then treat everybody else totally different. And so you like, is that two different people? Are you two different people? And a lot of times when you talk to them about it, or you try to have a conversation with a person that's like this about it, they're always like, well, I could be myself around you, like, and so you have to ask yourself this question, right? If that's you being yourself around me, and that you're rude and condescending, like if that's you being yourself, there's a problem. Like there's a problem. Like if that's who you say that you really are, oh, I could be comfortable or something like that. And typically that's the type of stuff that you would expect to hear from like a toddler, like a kid. And so a lot of times these people that do this type of stuff, they're emotionally immature. They're like kids in adult bodies. Like they could be 30 years old, but they got the mindset of a 9 or 10 year old, right? Trying to appease other people, trying to make other people happy, right? That's the mindset of a kid. And so I didn't realize the lack of maturity that causes that type of issue. And so over time, talking to people and kind of relating to them, and then going through my own experience as well, what I found is that Mama was right. Like if an individual does that thing, like they don't possess the ability to pour into you, but they pour into the world. That's a problem. That's not somebody that you need to be spending time with, right? That person does not have your best interest in hand. That person has you there. You're there for something. You're giving them something, but they're not there to give you something back in return. They're there just to be there. And then when they go out to the world, they're trying to portray an image. And people that do this are usually the type of people that have insecurities and issues like that. So they get into these relationships, they have all these insecurities, and um, they they can't. So to cover up the insecurity, they have to put on a mask or portray an image outside, right? And so they say, well, I can just be my insecure self with you, but I can't be my insecure self with everybody else. And so everybody else gets the best of their attention. And you don't want that in a relationship, man. Like if a person's like that in a relationship, you need to move on to the next, because that's a waste of time. But Mama was right. That's all I got to say. It's GT the Vibe Podcast stuff. Please like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. I'm out.